Okay, so today I'm going to install this inexpensive little backup camera on my Jeep here. This thing was 79 bucks on eBay. Very, very inexpensive. Yeah, I probably could have made this myself, but we'll go ahead and install this thing, see how it goes. So not everything that I'm putting on this Jeep is secondhand. This is a new little backup camera that I just picked up off of eBay. And here it is. Not a bad little price for an entire package. The mount is kind of admittedly cheap, but yeah, you know what? Let's give it a shot. The first thing I want to do is remove the taillight on the passenger side, because that's where I'm going to run the wires. And then using a power probe here, I am going to find the hot lead that goes to the reverse light trigger. So now that I've found the wire that is hot at the moment, I'm going to go ahead and take the Jeep out of reverse, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to re-verify that there's no power to that same lead now. Now I know exactly which wire is the trigger for the reverse lights. Now I simply trace that bundle of wires up to the front of the Jeep and find the right one. Okay, now we have to disassemble the dash just like we did when I first installed the new stereo. First comes off that bottom plate, then the top of the dash there. Be sure to unclip this bundle or these couple of wires here. This is for the compass in the 08 Jeep. Next, you're going to pop off the two screws up here at the top corners of the plastic dash, followed by the two screws at the bottom of the dash. Then firmly tug on that center console portion. That'll pop right out. It's just got some clips that hold it in. Now you've got 4 bolts that hold in the stereo. Remove those 4 bolts and the stereo should pop free. Now I decided to come to the back of the Jeep and remove the back tire and install the camera portion at this point. Be very careful with that wheel and tire. They're very, very fragile. So the first thing I'm going to do here, now that I've got the spare tire off, is it's time to fit this in there. It's really only going to go in this one spot here. So I'm going to go ahead and hook this up, feed the wire through. I'm going to put the spare tire back on and see how it all fits together. Well, that part's mounted. I think if I were, I think I might pull it back off and paint that pipe black. But we'll see. Okay, at the back of the Jeep here, when you open up the door, we're going to need a way to get this line fed inside. So very easily, these pop out. This is an 08 JK, very simple piece of trim here to remove. I'll throw that in the back. This kit also includes an RCA jack with power, and I've gone ahead and I've pre-tested this power on both ends here, and I can hook up, I'll hook up the power side here at the back to one end of this, and I will also hook up the power side here is going to go to an accessory position at the back of the stereo. At this point, pick a location that you want to feed the wires through the back of the tailgate, and put a fish tape, or in my case a pole, back through there, and then tape those wires onto it, and you can just pull it right through. Now we'll move to the back of the Jeep again, and we're going to go ahead and wire everything up. I decided to butt these things up right here at the connector and solder everything together and heat shrink it. Put the heat shrink above it. Alright, so there's that, all double wrapped and watertight. Now back at the back of the stereo there, we're going to put this wire here to the trigger wire for the reverse, and these wires here, that little wire coming off the RCA, is hooked up to the accessory power running to everything else to the stereo. Now I know there's some guys that say, oh, you should only hook that power up to the reverse trigger, but no, the Sony has another function there that we're going to get to. And there is the backup camera. Comes right on, and we can go ahead and adjust everything right there within the menus. Out back, the installation is very clean. Everything tucks away nicely when you open and close the tailgate. Because of the swing out, I had to add a whole lot of extra cable, and you can see I've put everything into looms. I've waterproofed it, taped everything up inside, and ran it all the way into the back. Now the RCA jack would not fit through the little material conduit, but I taped it up and everything comes back and it looks very, very nice. Goes right in. The ground wire is terminated right there at the rear, and all the wiring follows the factory loom running to the front of the Jeep. The RCA cable hides nicely under the carpet, tucks up under the center console, and goes right up into the dash area. I tapped into the reverse circuit right here where that bundle of wires from the back terminates, and just taped it up. It runs right under the dash. Okay guys, there it is. My backup camera is complete. It's working pretty good. I've got it all dialed in. You could fully control the thing from the screen. When I put it in reverse, it comes up right away. Even if the radio hasn't fully booted, it'll come up. So that is really, really nice. And then I can also hit the screen and turn on the backup camera so I can look behind me with this big giant tire in the way of the window. If you like this video, please give it the thumbs up. If you haven't hit that subscribe, please hit the subscribe and the little bell notification up there somewhere. I'm gonna start popping out some more videos on the Jeep, all about doing this stuff on a budget. So for now, this is my Jeep journal.